to Ecom Insiders, sponsored by SPCTEK. My name is Debbie, and today our guest is David Katz, is co-founder and CEO at Archer Affiliates, a platform enabling Amazon sellers to maximize Amazon affiliate earnings through exclusive seller partnerships with influencers and mass media publishers. Sorry about that. David, welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me on, Debbie. Super excited to be here.
I can't wait to hear some of the things that you have to share with us about affiliate programs and how they can really benefit our Amazon sellers. So I'm going to get right into it. What exactly is the Amazon affiliate program?
Ooh, good question, loaded question. So I'll kind of lay the ground here and give you a brief background about what has been happening in the Amazon affiliate space and how Archer is kind of changing the game. So traditionally, Amazon had what's called an affiliate program, where they would connect with people who essentially promote Amazon products and drive traffic to Amazon. It can be everyone from a micro influencer with a few thousand followers on Instagram, all the way up to some of the mass media companies such as CNN, BuzzFeed, Forbes. And what would happen is these publishers or influencers would drive traffic to Amazon, and on any of the sales that they generated from that traffic, they would earn a small commission payout directly from Amazon. The normal commission that Amazon would pay is about a 3 to 5% commission, sometimes slightly higher, depend if the publisher had some increased negotiated rates, but generally it was in that range of about 3 to 5%. And again, this commission was paid out directly from Amazon. Now, from a seller's perspective, kind of switching the lens here, from a seller's perspective, sellers never had any idea of if a publisher would drive traffic to their listings just organically because the publisher liked that product and that's where they wanted to send their Amazon traffic. As a seller, sellers had no idea where that traffic was coming from, and more importantly, there was no communication with these affiliates in terms of enabling them to get more of that traffic. Everything was kind of siloed. So the publishers and the affiliates were working totally directly with Amazon, sending the traffic where they wanted and just doing their thing. But as a seller, two problems. Number one, like I mentioned, never knew where that traffic was coming from, which websites that traffic was coming from, how much of that of the total sales was coming from the affiliate traffic, and then obviously most importantly, how to get in contact with these affiliates, how to get in
Yeah.
contact with new affiliates, and really build out these relationships. And that's kind of where the idea for Archer came. And I found out about this opportunity. It's a really cool story. We'll jump into that in a second. But when I identified this opportunity and recognized how siloed these two parties were, the affiliate space in Amazon and the seller space in Amazon, immediately obviously recognized the opportunities that were presented when really connecting these two parties, and that's what Archer aims to do. We're connecting both the Amazon affiliate world, so again, that can mean anyone from micro influencers with a few thousand followers all the way up to we're working with some of the publishing names I mentioned before and some of the largest media publishers in the country, and really enabling them to connect directly with sellers and sellers to connect directly with them, so everyone can have a seamless process. Sellers get more sales, publishers are much more informed about when products are in stock, when promotions are going live, and obviously, first and foremost, and the most important thing we're doing is enabling these publishers to earn commission payouts directly from the sellers and the brands. So brands can actually now further incentivize publishers to not just drive traffic to Amazon, but drive traffic to their products.
Yeah, advertising has changed a lot with the influencer. And so I'm loving to hear a little bit more about this program because, we have accounts that are looking for influencers all the time to promote products. What are the key differences between promoting your own products as a seller and promoting products through Amazon's affiliate program?
So through Amazon, sellers actually cannot work through Amazon's affiliate program. Up until a program like Archer existed, it's like I mentioned before, that publishers would just, or affiliates would just independently decide where they want to drive traffic. Their commission payouts would come from Amazon, and they would never be connected or contacted by the seller. What we've done is we're working with, like I mentioned, probably over 1,000 affiliates at this point, probably closer to 1,500, honestly. And brands are we enable through our platform for brands to get connected with these affiliates. And not only that, they can obviously track sales. So all the sales are tracked with Amazon attribution links. So you're able to see which particular affiliates are actually driving meaningful revenue, how much revenue they're driving, and obviously pay them that increased commission. I think in general, when it comes to a brand or a seller's influencer strategy, it needs to be divided into two different metrics. Number one is, and brands need to really be honest with themselves as to what they want and what their goals are when it comes to influencer campaigns. But number one is what we call brand awareness campaigns, which is a lot of times relevant to newly launched products or brands that are really trying to make an impact in the market. And that's really for two reasons. Number one, if you need content, so you can really just send a product to an influencer, have them create a video, use that video in your Amazon listing, use that video across social, whatever it may be. And number two, the goal of a brand awareness would obviously be to do what it sounds like, which is generate as much of awareness and traction in the market as possible. That's really cool. That's a general influencer campaign, and that's how most agencies or platforms work or connect brands with influencers. What we've done at Archer is take that to the next level, and this doesn't work for every brand, but what we've done at Archer is really focus in on revenue. So not just how much impact does a partnership with an influencer or an influencer promoting a product have in terms of how much likes the piece of content is getting or how much plays or
Yeah,
views
okay.
that piece of content is getting, but actually really focusing on how much revenue does this video bring. Archer's platform is fully performance based, meaning the way it works is we don't charge any subscription fees, we don't charge any monthly fees, sign up fees, or anything like that. The way we make money and the way our creators make money is by driving sales. So sellers
Mhm.
sign up to Archer, we connect to their Amazon account, they set a commission offer on each product, what percentage of the sales they're willing to pay to the affiliate, to the creator. And based on that percentage, obviously, the higher the rate that the brand offers, the more incentivizing
Yeah.
the more incentivized the affiliate will be to promote the product. But that is what the affiliates earn. We don't work with any upfront fees or anything like that. So in order for affiliates to actually make money, they have to start really driving sales. They have to really make an impact. And that even in and of itself has been pretty revolutionary compared to some of the other influencer tools and even what the influencer space looks like, where a lot of it is not like that. A lot of it is pay for content. So most
Mm.
creators do charge an upfront fee. So slightly different models. And I think, there's not a one size fits all. Brands need to really identify what their KPIs are and what they're looking for and what their goals are before, choosing a program.
Yeah, so let me ask you a few clarifying questions because I want to make sure. Now, if they go through Archer affiliates, the seller still can determine what the commission rate is going to be, and at times they can promote some products over some of their other products. Maybe they're trying to enhance sales in a particular area and stuff. They're able on Archer affiliates to actually name what the earnings would be for the affiliates on your platform.
Exactly. Exactly like
Okay.
I described before. Exactly. So the seller sets whatever commission rate they want to offer. And obviously, the higher offer they set, the more incentivized the publishers will be to focus on their products and not products from other sellers. Because we're a
Mhm.
marketplace, we have offers from over 3,000 sellers. So in order to stand out, definitely offering some sort of aggressive commission is probably a good idea. And that's all the sellers pay, just that commission on the generated sales.
Yeah, I kind of love that part of it because a lot of times, sellers can pay a lot of money to affiliates and not see a big hit in sales because, like you said, they're paying for the content, they're not paying for the revenue. So I love that this is a little bit different and that you're actually focusing on revenues. How much does the commission rates typically on your platform? How much are do you see as commission rates from sellers typically?
It does vary. We do have a pretty wide vary. So, for example, vendor central clients tend to see lower profit margins. They're generally at a much lower rate. And obviously is all relevant to product category. Categories that are competitive, such as like supplements or vitamins or even
Okay.
grocery, get really high. I think profit margins are probably a little bit higher, but there's a lot of competition and sellers have a much larger appetite for investing aggressively um, in marketing. So we see offers as high as like 40, 50, 60% of generated sales, which is pretty remarkable. The average, I would say, across the network is probably in the 20 to 30% range. That's kind of where we see most sellers fall.
Now, what kind of strategies would an Amazon seller use to identify what product they might want to promote on the platform?
Um, we always encourage sellers to lean into products that are already doing really well and use affiliate as like another growth lever. The reason for that is, we do work with a fair amount of sellers and we have been successful, to be honest, with a lot of sellers in terms of launching new products and focusing on products that are maybe not doing so well. But generally, where we see the most success is really focusing on products that have a lot of reviews, they're ranked really well, and it's stuff
Mm,
that customers want. The way to think about it is affiliates are always going to have the final say here as to what they want to promote and what they don't want to promote. So publishers can decide, I want to promote this product, I don't want to promote this product, and they're obviously going to always gravitate towards products that are attractive, not just from a commission standpoint, but also from what customers want. Any seasonal
mm,
items is always a win. Any products that have over 10,000 reviews, any products that are really well and competitively priced, those are always going to be what affiliates want to promote and where they're going to focus. The reason for that is you have to put yourself in the affiliate shoes. We always tell this to our sellers. You can want to push this item because it's not doing so well on
mm.
Amazon, but you have to look at it from the affiliates' shoes in a perspective of affiliates. Let's just say Daily Mail or CNN, any of these publishers,
Yeah.
they have 10,000 customers or 10,000 viewers coming to their homepage every single day. In order for them to monetize that traffic, they're capped at the for it's not really true, but let's just say they're capped at the amount of traffic that they can generate. Now they need to start earning money from all that traffic
Mm,
to stay in business.
yeah.
This is their business model. If they start sending it to products that might have a really high commission but don't necessarily convert because they're newly launched or just not as attractive as an offer, even if it's a 70% commission, it might not be as impactful as a product that converts
Mm.
really, really well with a 20% commission. So for that reason, we always try to really encourage sellers to focus on the products that you're selling most of, focus on the products that are really popular, focus on the products that are working, and use Archer or affiliate marketing as an additional growth lever to unlock customers that are not yet even searching for you on Amazon, customers that are not yet on Amazon. You're reaching this is all incremental revenue, reaching a whole new target audience, which is really cool. That being said, like I mentioned before, we definitely do work and have been successful in our fair share of product launch campaigns, assuming they have a really, really aggressive commission. We do a lot of work with seasonal products. We see a
Mm,
huge
okay.
impact because publishers are very interested in promoting products that are new to season. So we're already getting ready for like a lot of back to school stuff. That's kind of the hot thing right now
Oh,
that we're
yeah.
preparing for. So stuff like that creates opportunities for some really good content. And that's about it.
What are some of the channels that that the affiliates might use to promote these products? I mean, where are you kind of seeing them promoting the products?
Most of them are through their own content websites. So they have their own audience that comes to their websites, as well as email lists, a lot of paid media. So many massive publishers actually run Google ads and meta ads leading back to their articles promoting products, which I think is really
Okay.
interesting. And obviously, social media is a huge one also.
So, the affiliate is actually going to be the one who determines what the content is, right?
Hmm.
What are some
Absolutely.
best practices if there's people out there right now that are on the affiliate side saying, hey, we should maybe get signed up on this platform? What are some of the best practices for creating that compelling content that would drive sales or conversions to affiliates?
Ooh, good question. Most of the time, publishers know their audience best. This is like almost in a sense out of our wheelhouse. We don't get
Okay.
involved in the content side. Um, what we've seen is deals, products with active promotions tend to convert really well. So we've definitely seen an uptick there, and we encourage a lot of the publishers we're working with to at least within their content focus on like having products with promo codes and stuff like that, just because of the impact we see with conversion. But generally speaking, publishers are the ones that this is their bread and butter, this is their business. What type of content converts and what type of content to lean into. We don't handle as much of that as they do.
Okay. But what have you seen? I mean, you must know some of your affiliates. Are they on TikTok? Are they just on their own channels? Are they doing things on social media?
A lot of email, a lot of retargeting, definitely
Okay.
some social media, and I think the thing that stands out is what I mentioned before, which is deals. Deal again. Most of these publishers have a finite amount of traffic that they're working with, so their real business and how they really monetize and show growth is um, how do we increase conversion? How do we make sure these customers are not just coming to our website, but they're actually purchasing products so we can earn commissions? And the real lever that we've seen and the real opportunity that we've seen with most of these publishers is leaning into deals and coupons,
Oh,
limited
okay.
time discounts, all of that.
Yeah, maybe some lightning deals or something like that that are
Yeah.
for a short period of time.
Yep.
Now, let me ask this. If they're paying the affiliate charges through Archer affiliates, then they're not paying the Amazon affiliate fees. They can't get both. Is that correct?
So again, sellers don't pay Amazon affiliate fees. There's no such thing. So Amazon does not have a means or a way for sellers to connect with affiliates. It doesn't exist, and that's what Archer is solving. And in the general Amazon affiliate program, Amazon themselves is the ones that fund the affiliate commissions with which publishers earn.
Oh, okay. I was
Um,
unclear on that.
so yeah, this is why Archer is so revolutionary in a sense that we're really giving the opportunity for sellers to now have some skin in the game, which they never had. So that's why it's pretty massive, and that's why I think we've seen a lot of growth.
Yeah. Now, what are there any drawbacks for any sellers who might want to participate in this? I mean, because the program sounds great, but is there any kind of a drawback for the sellers themselves?
Uh, My non-biased answer is no. There's no
Okay.
reason why sellers shouldn't participate. Again, we don't charge any monthly fees. We don't charge any upfront fees. We make this a no-risk program that sellers can back out of at any time, and it's all incremental sales. Obviously, the program is a lot more effective in specific product categories and with specific brands that affiliates want to promote than some other smaller brands. But the fact of the matter is that even for the smaller brands, there's absolutely no downside.
So you already mentioned supplements and stuff like that. What is another category that you would see very effective through your platform that you see a
Home and
lot of
kitchen.
business?
A
Home
few
and
areas. So
kitchen.
number one,
Okay.
yeah, home and kitchen, we see a lot of effectiveness. The second area we see, or I should say, two more areas where we see a lot of really good results is high priced items, which is actually
Mhm.
really interesting because those tend to not be so great on Amazon. Amazon's always a bottom feeder, lowest price wins, and what we've seen on through the affiliate channel is actually the opposite. That some of the more premium brands with higher price points and categories actually do a little bit better. They convert better, and it's what the publishers are looking for a lot of times. Um, the reason for that would be that, like, if you're a publisher, would you rather earn 20% on a $20 item, or even a smaller percentage, like 15% on a $100 item?
All
It's
right.
obviously more money and more effective to promote the more expensive items a lot of times. So that's one area where we've seen a lot of success with brands. The second area would be products that are seasonal, which I told you, and also products that are innovative. So we work with some of our largest brands that are like tech brands, consumer electronics,
Okay.
products that fundamentally anything that's going to create interesting content, or the ability for publishers to create interesting content, is going to be a really good opportunity.
Yeah. Now, David, tell us a little bit about if they decided they wanted to sign up through Archer affiliates. Do they just go to the website, create their profile? Do they get in touch with somebody who's there? I mean, how do they get onto the platform?
And that's it. It's a four-step process, I think. You have to create an Archer account through the Archer Affiliates website. It's archeraffiliates.com. Create an Archer account. Once you create the Archer account, we connect to your Amazon advertising account in order for us to create those Amazon attribution links and pull back the Amazon attribution data. Once that connection is done, you have the ability to set commission rates on a product level. So we import your entire product catalog from your Amazon account.
Okay.
As a seller, you set how much commissions you want to offer to the publishers. Products get added into our network. You are required to add a payment method on file. And once that's done, you're off and running and generating sales from our publishers. It's a pretty automated, quick process. And obviously, we have sales reps and account managers who can always
Yeah.
help set up the account if you have any questions. So
So as soon as the sale I mean, how long after the sale is it before the seller is paying the commission out?
So, good question. We kind of work on a pretty automated process where we bill for the commissions on the accrued sales on the 1st and 14th of each month. So it's a set
Okay.
invoice, that kind of set billing period, I should say, that we look back on the first day of the month and the 14th day of the month at the previous period of total reported sales. Based on that commission rate, we bill for whatever that may be, and that's it.
Now, how would, and maybe this is outside your wheelhouse too, but I'm just finding this topic kind of fascinating because it's not something that gets talked about a lot on some of these podcasts and stuff like that. So, how could an Amazon seller kind of stay up to date on what the latest trends might be? I mean, they're trying to determine which products. How would they know that? Just by their bestseller list? Or is there some place that they actually would see this affiliate marketing taking place?
Yeah, no, you would see the total sales generated and everything come through in Amazon attribution. All the data is there. Um, where we like to focus, from launch with the seller is on their products that are most popular. But generally speaking, that you would see all the sales in Amazon attribution, and the specific products that the sales are being generated on would be in Amazon attribution data.
Okay, and but would they actually ever get to see anything that's in print? I mean, would they actually know where
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
affiliate was posting it and stuff like that? So they would actually get to
absolutely,
see some of it?
absolutely.
Okay, that's
Um,
great.
you can see which publishers are generating sales and how much they're generating also.
Okay, well, perfect. What else would you like to tell us today about the program, David, before we end here? Because like I said, I think a lot of people, it's hard to find influencers. Okay. And it's expensive to find influencers. And so I think what really attracted me when we first talked about this program was the fact that this is a way to find them without having a huge expense that doesn't relate to your sales.
Yep, and that's kind of the idea here. So we've really the last thing I would say is kind of what I said before, which is we've made this a real no-brainer for sellers. There's no upfront fees to use Archer. There's no monthly fees. It's really just that percentage of sales. Um, so I mean, regardless of the product, regardless of the category, it's just a no-brainer to sign up.
Well, David, I really want to thank you for coming in today and stuff. Want to thank everybody for joining us today on Ecom Insiders, which is sponsored by SPC Tech. Our guest speaker again today, David Katz from Archer Affiliates. And as he said, if you want to find out more about the program, it's archeraffiliates.com. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment field below. And if you've enjoyed today's session, please just subscribe and enjoy future editions of the Ecom Insiders. Thank you again, David, for joining us.
Thank you for so much for having me on, Debbie.
All right.